Hello again and welcome to my fourth and final video for this course. It is the business model canvas. So what the business model canvas does is show the different important aspects that you need to see in just one big sheet, right? So you would not have to do a full business plan. I'm sure you heard of that word business plan. The business model canvas, it's like a snapshot of a business plan. It's a summary of your business plan all at one glance on one sheet. And it's a very, very useful tool, especially when you are trying to brainstorm and come up with interesting points for each aspect of your business model canvas. Okay, so today's video, I'm going to go through that business model canvas template with you. And of course, I will share this template with you on the classroom page so that you can start populating it for your business idea. And remember, these are templates that you can use for any business idea that you have. If not now, maybe later on, and they are all very, very useful tools and templates that I have shared with you. Okay, so let's get into the business model template. And as you see, it's color coded, some very nice colors too, I might add. Okay, and there are different segments of the business model canvas. So let's just start with the customer segments aspect of it. So the customer segments aspect tells you who needs your product. Okay, and this is something that we would have spoken about at the very start of the course, right? Who is your target audience? Who will buy your product? And this here would you would be able to fill this out better now since you have done some market research as well, and you would know better who your customer segment really is, whether it's kids, parents, housewives, students, depending on what your business idea is. Okay? And the next section is customer relationships. So, how do you go about getting customers? Are you going to advertise on social media? Are you going to advertise on via brochures? How are you going to get the word out that your business is up and running? Are you going to do a website page and have customers come on and buy your product from your website? How are you going to acquire customers? So that's an important part that you also need to document and brainstorm as well. And again, you would have done some market research to find out what are the ways that customers prefer to find out or hear about your product, right? So those are very useful um, examples of different ways that you can advertise to customers. Word of mouth as well. Okay, so you can probably give a discount if a customer refers another customer to your business. Okay, so those are some things that you can start thinking about to grow your customer base. Okay, and the next column or the next segment is value proposition. So, what is your value proposition? If you remember from the very first class, you had to document what problem your idea solves and how does it solve that problem. Okay, because there may be other existing business ideas similar to yours, but you need to be able to clearly differentiate how your solution, how your business idea is unique, is different in some form or fashion. Okay, and that's where the value proposition segment comes into play. Okay, the next one is key activities. So, what do you need to do to either produce, market, and deliver your product or service? Do you need to develop a website? Do you need to design a brochure? Do you need to develop the product further? What do you need to do to produce, market, and deliver your product? Okay, next we have key partners. Now it is possible that you would need to work with some people to help you either make or deliver your product or service, whether it is a graphic designer, a website developer. Depending on what your business idea is, you may need to get other people involved, and that is where you will enter that information, right? So, who are your key partners? Then we come down to key resources. Now, resources. What key resources do you need to, again, produce, market, and deliver your product or service? Now, key resources may be broken down into different aspects. You may need physical resources. For example, you may need a computer, uh, you may need office chairs, depending on what your business is. You may need um, equipment, machinery, depending on what your business is, right? Then you may need financial resources. Of course, we spoke about that in the startup course video. And you need financial costs, you need financial resources to start up your business. Also, you may need human resource. So you may need to hire people to work with you or for you in your business to keep things running smoothly, depending on how far along you are with your business idea. And then later on, you would have intellectual property resources if it is that you become an established company, then you may decide that you would uh, patent or copyright, depending on what your business idea is. So you may seek intellectual property protection depending on what your business idea is. If it is something unique, a unique product, you may be able to get a patent for that so that no one can steal your idea or your product and say that it is theirs. Okay, so those are some key resources that you need to bear in mind and be able to figure out what are the key resources to get your business idea up and running. All right, then we go to channels. So, where can customers find your solution? And again, this is something you would have discovered through your market research project, and it would have helped you to figure out which of these channels were more attractive for customers, right? Whether it was online, whether it's in the supermarket, retail stores. So here you get to document that. And again, I said, and I will re-emphasize that this business model canvas sort of encapsulates everything that we have learned in this course so far. It gives you a one snapshot of everything that you need to know for your business idea. All right. And then we go to cost structure. So, what are the most important costs in operating your business? And you can pull this information from your startup cost worksheet where you would have classified your costs into various things. Now, don't worry too much about these two terms, fixed costs and variable costs. They are quite simple. So, fixed costs are those that remain the same from month to month. without taking into account any changes in your production. So even if you produce 100 items a month or 1,000 items a month, the fixed cost will remain the same. Okay, so the rent that you pay for your property would remain the same regardless of how much you produce. The amount that you pay your workers will remain the same regardless of how much you produce in some instances, whereas variable costs are those that change depending on how much you produce. So if you are running a bakery, for example, and you produce more in 1 month, then the cost of raw materials or ingredients that you have to buy for that month will increase, and that's why you call it variable. But don't worry too much about these two terms or terminologies. Just think of what are the most important or critical costs in operating your business, and you can put that in this segment. Okay, and next we have revenue streams. So, revenue streams would be, what exactly would the customers be paying for? What are the different products? For example, if you have ranges of products or multiple products that you are selling under your business, for example, you can include that over here. Okay, so that pretty much sums up the business model canvas, and your job, your assignment would be to populate this business model canvas for your business idea. Okay, and I hope that this course was beneficial to you. I gave you several tools and templates that you can use throughout your life for any business idea that you have. And I hope that you enjoy the course and really utilize the tools and templates that I've shared with you. All right, so thank you again for being in my course, for taking my course, and I hope to see you again. And all the best. I hope to give you feedback on this final assignment. Okay, so take care and enjoy.